Vanya, now you got this song in my head. I was singing it, but now since you talked about it, now it's like really in my head.
Sorry, I can't help you. I don't sing, but I listen to music.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys, it's 12 o'clock. It is 12 o'clock. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Happy Thursday. Welcome back to your space. Welcome back to Experts University. Welcome back to our community where we come in and we just really indulge on, as we call it, bite-sized business development tips over lunch, right? I was just telling the group that I just scarfed down lunch. So I'm still digesting just a little bit. Hello, sir. Welcome. But I am super, super excited about, I'm excited every week, right? But I'm super excited. I get more and more excited. I guess I should say that. I get more and more excited every week that we come together. You guys continue to just really perform for lack of a better term, and just really show out for your business and show up for yourself and show up for your businesses. And so I am super, super excited about that all the time. Today's discussion is dialing for dollars. For those that are coming in, those that's your first time, welcome to Experts University. Welcome to our weekly huddle every Thursday. This huddle is powered by the Experts Group. The Experts Group is the umbrella company for Model Mortgage Experts, which is our mortgage brokerage, Title Experts, which is our title insurance and settlement services firm, Transaction Experts, which is our transaction coordination brand, and of course, Experts University is this space. Come on, thank you, finally. Now more time to dial. Exactly, thank you, and that's the topic of the day. But for real though, for real. And so that makes up our Experts University umbrella. And one thing I remind you guys, and again, congratulations to you, RW, for tapping into the other resource that's available to you. The Experts University, the Experts Group, and the Experts University, all of the brands that are under the group, they're really built to support you. So guys, please, again, I remind you every week, don't struggle with any area of your business. If there's any area of your business that you are struggling with, you just want to talk about it really quickly, reach out. We're here. Again, I always advise you guys that these brands were built based on what I needed in my business. Don't forget, for those of you that might be new to the space, Ray Cole was licensed as a realtor first. I've always been interested in real estate. Yes, I've always been interested in law and had the intention to go into real estate law, but I was a realtor first. And so, and I was in production. And so I've done all the things. And so this is why, having walked the path that you guys have walked, I turn back and I say, you don't have to do that part. Like, now that you know what that's about, let's transition to other services. And so I think about this message, and Vanya, this kind of comes to mind. So this service, and so there's this pastor. He talked about how he gave the story of how this woman, when she made a pot roast, she would always cut off the ends of the pot roast every time. Cut off the ends of the pot roast. Cut off the ends of the pot roast. And so she went and she was making the pot roast with her mom this one particular time, and the mom said, "Why are you cutting off the ends of the pot roast? What are you doing?" And so the daughter tells the mom, she said, "Because that's how I've always seen you do it." And she said, "Girl, I didn't have big enough pots. We have big enough pots, so you don't need to cut the ends of the pot roast off anymore." And so I say that to say there are resources that are available to real estate professionals now that were not available back in the day. And so some of the practices that have been passed down and that we might see other realtors doing, it may just because lack of knowledge, lack of information. So you guys now know there are resources available for you all to do your business in a way that it has not been done before. And might I add, there are resources that are being added daily, right? So it's important that you get in the space to see resources that are available to help you do your job easier. With that being said, congratulations. I know you guys probably tired of seeing this guy, but give you a little bit of backstory. RW reached out to me after a call months ago, like 6 months, maybe a year ago. And he had a question really just about this particular topic, because we were talking about leverage. And he said, you know what, I've always done all of my deals myself. I've never used a TC. As a matter of fact, I was told not to use a TC. I was told, no, don't do that. And I said, basically, RW, we have bigger pots now. So there is no reason for you to conduct administrative tasks when there are professionals that are available to do that work for you so that you can focus on your highest and best use. And as he mentioned in the chat, he said, I can dial now. I can go get more business out. So congratulations to RW for not only hiring a TC, he is under contract. And so for that reason, he's reached out and he now has engaged a transaction expert, transaction coordinator. And so congratulations to you. And I love the fact he said, you know what? He said, I got somewhere to go. And I just really don't have time for the whole setup part, right? And again, he's under contract now, guys. That really, he's under contract. It's time for that. It's time for new money. It's time for new money. That money is on its way, right? Exactly. Congratulations. That money is on its way. So it's time for him to now go focus on the next contract, the next listing. And so let Jennifer handle that onboarding, sending out all the emails, getting all the escrow deposit. Let her handle all that stuff while he now go gets the next deal. So congratulations to you, RW, for not only going under contract, but for just being, as one broker said, being a big old boss and getting a transaction coordinator to handle the administrative tasks so that you can focus on your highest and best use. We do have some more congratulations coming in from our home buyers workshop on Saturday, which congratulations to all of you. If you could drop some fire in the chat, congratulations to all of you, to us, for successfully pulling off our first co-hosted virtual home buyers workshop. We had 76 attendees in just 2 weeks. Guys, that is huge. That is huge. I literally have people reach out to me all the time asking me to assist them with their home buyer workshops. And guess what? They don't get that many attendees. They do not. And because number one, there's power in numbers. Number two, you guys didn't have to do all the things. You didn't have to do all the back part of getting a home buyers workshop off the ground. If you have done it before, number one, or number two, if you've paid attention to all the things that we have done, that we did to get ours off the ground on Saturday, then you'll know, not that you can't do it, but when you've been given the opportunity to tack on to someone that's going to do all those things for you, oh, grab a seat and buckle up, because that's huge. All you guys had to do was promote a little bit and jump on the call. And so congratulations, because you did it, is what I want to say. So this award goes to Alexandria, call her Alex, because her customer was on, her customer was on first. And not only was she on first, she was on very early. She was on very early. I want to say like 15 minutes, and she was just sitting there. And so the Ideal Customer Award goes to, no, you're welcome, Vanya, goes to Alex. So you don't know if anyone attended. You're going to get an email from the team if you had attendees. So that's a good question, Francine. You will get an email if you had attendees. The Ideal Customer Award again goes to Alex. The Lead by Example Award goes to Ms. Anne-Marie Tolliver. Anne-Marie was the first realtor co-host on the call. And so again, Leanne, she was on early. She actually came in just a little bit behind Alex's client. And so congratulations to Anne-Marie for leading by example, because obviously, you know, once your people come off the call, they're gonna, you know, want to hear from you. And so she did not miss a thing, even though, again, you know, you guys know the way we were set up, you couldn't see who was on, which was great because we're not, again, chasing down cameras and microphones. However, they know that you guys, you were well represented. Also, congratulations are in order to Miss Jackie Pottinger. Jackie had the most attendees on the call. I feel like, I don't want to speak out of turn. I know she was definitely, well, you guys know last week she was in the top top number of attendees, top number of registrants. And so she also had the top number of attendees on Saturday. Musleen was in second place for the top number of attendees. You guys know that Musleen also had the top number of registrants, one of the top number of registrants. And then Marissa came in third with the top number of attendees. She was also in the top number of registrants. And so I think obviously there's a correlation, guys. There's a correlation. It's almost like scientific, right? Every one of their registrants did not attend. But because they had so many registrants, they still ended up, as it funneled down, to being in the top number of results. I'm going to repeat that because this fundamental, guys, if you will let me be your coach, this fundamental, guys, is tied to everything you do when it comes down to volume. You are going to, the quote that says shoot for the stars, you may land on the moon. This is what they're saying. They had the top number of registrants. Everybody that registered could not attend, but then they ended up still having the top number of attendees just because their number of registrants was so high. Guys, we're talking about lead gen and prospecting today. I'm about to reiterate this same concept to you. You're going to need an exponential number of leads because what do we always say? Every contact is not going to turn into a contract, and then it's not going to turn into a closing. We know we have buyers that fall out. We have listings that cancel. I need from today forward, please promise me. If you promise me this, type I promise in the chat. Take action later, but at least commit to it. Promise me that in your prospecting, you are going to develop a prospecting protocol that is going to allow you to have the ability to, what do they say, choose and refuse. I don't see no I promise in the chat. So I guess nobody, okay, here they come. Promise me. Because if we're just listening, we're just hanging out, then, you know, what's our time for? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She put the, thank you. Thank you. Listen, guys. So when you're being pushed to get your numbers up, to get your prospecting up, this is why. Because every lead, every contact is not going to convert to a contract, and every contract is not going to convert to a closing. Therefore, if you need, you need X number of, thank you. If you know you need X number of closings, 10X it. 10X it, guys. All right? All right. With that being said, our next date is March 18th. We're going at it again. We're adding to it. Every time we do this, we go a little bit higher. We add a little bit more to it. Our next date, our next 3 steps to, exactly. We told them not to tell themselves no. Exactly. If you were on the workshop, you guys know that we kept reiterating that point to our attendees. Do not tell yourself no. Do not tell yourself no because the media is telling you no. We told them that the realtors were the experts. The realtors are the boots on the ground. The realtors are the ones that are going to tell them the truth and not something that's clickbait, not something that's just, it sounds, they say if it bleeds, it leads. So basically bad news spreads. Bad news is what everybody want to talk about. If it were good news, and nobody would react. And so that's why the news is giving all this bad news about the market. And yeah, the market is challenged right now, but guess what? Guys, we're still closing. We're still closing. Buyers, realtors, sellers are still going on the contract. So we told our attendees on Saturday, do not tell yourself no. Do not tell yourself no. So the next workshop is going to be Saturday, March 18th. If you are already registered as a co-host, you will receive your information, I say by tomorrow, so that you can begin marketing for Saturday. If you have not signed up to be a co-host for the 3 steps to purchase a new home in 2023, you can go to expertsuniversity.com, scroll down to the bottom and sign up, or you can utilize this QR code, okay? Before we get into the content on dialing, I gotta hit this information. You guys I wouldn't be a coach, as they say, if I didn't tell you the truth, right? And the good thing is, again, like we said, we're still closing. And the good thing is, this doesn't mean that we are, that real estate business is done, but we need to pay attention to some things. So the email came out on Tuesday, I believe, Tuesday, if not Tuesday, Monday, with the South Florida market reports. How many of you seen the reports? Drop me in the chat if you saw it. How many of you saw the reports? Okay. The reports are interesting, to say the least. Yeah, Jessica, exactly. I felt the same way. Woo! Disgusting. The reports are disgusting, guys. Disgusting. You saw it? You saw it? Woo! Okay, so here's what we're looking at. These reports that come out each month, these are courtesy of the Beaches MLS. This is, and they give us a market snapshot. This is of January for each county, and they break it down by single family homes and townhomes. So really quickly, and they show it year over year, this month as compared to last year. So this month, in January of 2022, 1,008 single family homes sold in January of 2022. In January of 2023, 593 homes sold. That was it. That was a difference of minus 41.2%. So say 40, call it 41%. A 41% decline in the number of homes sold in January year over year. 41%. If you were to lose 41% of your deals, of your average number of annual deals, I think like Jessica's face, it would be pretty serious. There was a 50% decline in the number of townhomes that sold in January of this year versus January of last year. Now, one good bit of news is that median sales prices, they did increase a bit, just a bit. 11% is a pretty decent number for sure. 4.8%, 3% is average year over year for increase in value. But 4.8% for single family homes, 11% for townhomes. But guess what? Guess what the list price is doing? Original list price received. No one in January got their original list price. Well, not no one, the number is gone down. So minus 3.6%. So not no one, because clearly it was 94% in, there's no one, 94.6% in 2020 in January of this year got their original list price versus 98.1% in January of last year. So what is that saying? What is that saying? That's saying more days on market, right? So you can use this data to talk to your buyers and your sellers. For your buyers, this is good news. No more long lines. No more making offers sight unseen, no inspection period, no finance contingency, no appraisal, just please, God, please. Like that is over. Yeah, it's price reduction time. Oh, and by the way, there's going to continue to be price reductions. If you have sellers, you have listings on, guys, look at days on, look at price, original list price received, look at days on market. It was 24 days before, now it's 39. That's a big number. 62% increase in days to go on to in days on market. There was just a little under 2 months of inventory in January of 2022 Now there's 4 months of inventory. It may still seem like there's not enough if you represent buyers, but that's a big jump, right? So that's Miami-Dade County. And the numbers aren't exactly the same, but the trend is the same in all of our South Florida counties. Broward County, closed sales down 39% in townhomes and single family homes. Original list price, percentage number of sellers that got their list price is down. Days on market is up. In Broward County, days on market is up 122%. That's significant. So double. Instead of 18 days, 40 days. Anybody want to have a conversation with your sellers with this data? Right? Median days on contract, same thing with the townhomes, used to be 22, now it's 28. That's in Broward County. That was in January. And we don't necessarily have a crystal ball, but generally these numbers keep going in a particular direction. So days on market is likely in February going to continue to go down that same path, longer on market. In Palm Beach County fared a little bit better, a 33% decrease in number of closed sales and a 38% decrease in number of days on market. That's important for your sellers. That hurts your sellers, that helps your buyers, right? Longer sellers been on the market, more likely they are to negotiate, to take a lesser price than what they have listed, right? Closed sales in Palm Beach County also down 38% in townhomes. You guys should have gotten this email. I just wanted to make sure to highlight this. St. Lucie County down 27% in closed sales on single family homes, down 42% on the sale of townhomes in St. Lucie County. Number of sellers that are getting their original list price also down. Look at their month supply of inventory. They went from a month supply of inventory in January to 3.2 months. They're up 220% inventory. On single family and townhomes. Townhomes, they're up 290%. That's in St. Lucie County. Oh, days on market, 253% up. They went from 13 days in January of 2022 to 46 days last month. That's significant. 253, we'll call it 54 because it's 0.8. Let's round it up. 254% increase in days on market. Martin County, on their townhomes, I don't know why they have this. They're 430%. Instead of 10 days on market in January of last year, they're up 53 days on market. So the point is, guys, this is our space. India River, you don't know our stats. I'm sure, you know what, they're probably with NAR, Francine. They're probably with NAR for sure. I would think NAR has everyone's stats. The last time, I haven't been on in a very, very, very long time, but I've used NAR, or even you can probably even do Florida Realtors. Oh, SunStats. Vanya says SunStats. There you go. Thanks, Vanya. SunStats, I've definitely used SunStats before. I haven't used it for that, but you're probably right. There you go. Florida Realtor SunStats. See, there you go. There you go. Come through, community. So what is the moral of that quick review we just did? We need to adjust to the market. You will need more leads in this market. Perfect. Jay said create infographics of stats there too, and SunStats in Florida Realtors. Look at the Leadership Academy mentor. Congrats, Jay. Adjust to this market, guys, literally adjust to this market. So what am I saying? Wherever you can find time to lead gen, wherever you can take away time doing other things that are not your highest and best use, which is specifically getting more leads in, please do that. RW mentioned it during the call earlier. He said, I gave that TC work, I gave that administrative work to the TC so I can go get more deals, so I can get on the phone, so I can dial more. So the second concept for today, guys, is to adjust to the market. Guys, you're going to have to blow out your marketing. You're going to have to blow out your marketing, and not just your marketing, but also your prospecting, which brings us into our conversation today, dialing for dollars. Dialing for dollars. And I know that dialing for dollars can have a negative connotation, but you may as well get used to it, because we're in sales. When you have a conversation with people, you're selling them on using you for the services of representing them in purchasing or selling real estate, right? And that's a sales piece. It is. So dialing for dollars. Some of the things I want to make sure that I don't want to assume that we have this perspective on dialing for dollars. So as we get into this, one thing I want to point out and differentiate for you, when we talk about dialing, I want you to understand the difference between marketing and prospecting. We use the term marketing generically, and I'm guilty of this, and I'm gonna commit to you guys today to ensure that when we're having conversations that I no longer use the term marketing, because marketing is general. And when I really mean to say prospecting, and I want you guys to focus in on prospecting, I'm going to use the term prospecting, right? Dialing is prospecting. Dialing is prospecting because it is very direct. It is active. It gets you directly in front of the person that you're seeking to speak with. That is prospecting. Prospecting. And dialing is a form of prospecting, getting smack dab in front of the person that you want to talk to. Posting on social media is marketing. You need both. But I want you to understand that prospecting is more effective than marketing. Posting on social media is marketing. You need to do both, but understand the uses for marketing via posting on social media or emails or flyers or even mailers versus prospecting, which is in-person consultation, listing presentations, dialing, even text messaging is a little bit more, especially when it's original, right? It's not just like a blast, but that's closer to prospecting than posting on social media. When you think about it this way, what is getting me closer to being in direct communication with the person that I would like to speak with? So here's a visual for you. Marketing versus prospecting. Marketing, you put a net out there, you hope that you will draw in people. Versus prospecting, you are literally handpicking them. You're handpicking. Prospecting is you are handpicking. I used to use the example of the shotgun perspective versus a rifle or sniper, right? Shotgun, you just good luck trying to, hit your target all the time with a shotgun versus with a sniper rifle, you hit dead center. So when you think about your lead gen, whatever activity you're doing, say, am I marketing? Am I just blasting something out there? Or am I being very targeted to get in front of the person that I specifically want to talk to, right? So here's a quick differentiation. Marketing is passive. It's passive. It's passive because you put it out there and you don't know whether or not it's going to land in front of a particular person. If you post something on social media, even if you post every day, if I don't log into my account, guess what? I'm not going to see it. Versus prospecting is active. Marketing goes to a large audience. Again, not to say that marketing doesn't have its place, but when we're talking about dialing for dollars, we're trying to move into the prospecting quadrant. Marketing has a large audience. Prospecting is one-on-one. Marketing is low engagement. Prospecting is high engagement. How many times have you spoken back to a billboard? Not really. You see it, brand recognition, but you don't really engage with the billboard. Prospecting, you have high engagement. People are going to talk to you on the phone. They're going to text you back, right? In person, they're going to communicate back with you. Marketing generally is one-way communication. Here again, you send out your message. You send out your message. I'm going to answer your question, Caprice. You send out your message on a billboard, but you're not getting the response back. Versus prospecting, two-way communication. You hear back from the prospect, from the lead, from the customer, from the contact. Marketing, you have very little control over the outcome. You have less control over the outcome. Again, you put it out there. If I don't log on to social media, then I'm probably not going to see it. Versus if you get on the phone and dial me, you have more control of getting the outcome that you desire, right? Marketing is low conversion. Because again, it's passive, it's a large audience, it's one-way communication, it's low engagement. Versus prospecting is high conversion. You think you're going to get a better conversion from making a phone call or posting something on social media? You know Ray Cole follows you. You post it. Man, what if I don't get on? Even if I see it, I'm scrolling. So versus you get on the phone and say, Ray Cole, hello, I need you to attend my workshop on Saturday. Oh, okay. Right? So Caprice, and we didn't even plan this, Caprice's question, she said, are we calling FSBO or expireds from the MLS? Because of your marketing efforts, for some of you, over the last few weeks, you are not cold calling today. Yay. Yay. There's a method to the madness. Over the last few weeks, we've been saying, post about the workshop and you'll get, registrants, etc. And many of you got registrants. Remember, today was supposed to be your follow-up of your marketing. And so today we're talking about specifically about following up with the people who you invited, who registered, who attended, who even did not attend, but you have their contact information. Maybe you didn't even get a chance to invite them, but you want them on the next call. That's who you're calling today. Because of your marketing efforts over the last few weeks, you are not cold calling today. Everyone hates cold calling. Everyone hates cold calling. And guess what? Everyone hates to be cold called, right? Most people hate to be cold called, like, hello, you see it says spam, hello, or you just don't even answer. But this is why marketing is going to help your dialing. Again, we didn't throw away marketing. We just realized that marketing alone is not going to get us to the closing table. We need to layer on dialing. And you're calling the people that want what you have. Again, there's no question as to whether or not the people that you're going to be calling are interested in buying or selling. These are people that are in your database. And especially if these are people that you hand put into your database, right? You came into communication with them, right? You are calling the people that want what you have. These people have registered. They've received your home buyer workshop. They know that you work with buyers and they said, oh yeah, I'm interested. Those are the people that you're calling, right? These contacts know you. The contacts that you guys have from the workshop, because again, remember this month is tying in the buyer's the buyer system protocol. You've done a work, you've marketed, people have registered, they have attended, you have contact information. Now you're able to call them back. They said they're interested. Caprice, if we were talking about sellers, I would tell you that a FSBO has raised their hand and said they're interested in selling. People, how often this is what, when big marketing companies, they want this type of data. People that have raised their hand and said, I am interested. I'm interested. Do not be afraid to call these people. They've raised their hand and said, I am interested. Call them and confirm how you can get them to the closing table. Again, we marketed, they signed up, they attended. Now we got to bring it home. We got to bring it home, call them, right? Here's the strategy for calling. When you get on the phone with them, first of all, definitely have a script. Do not make the conversation long. The calling, no, let's make sure it's quick. I would say give it 15 minutes max, 10 to 15 minutes, because the goal of the calling is to set the appointment, right? Guys, the goal of the conversation is to set the appointment. You're not going to be prepared for an appointment when you call them. I mean, if they're hot and ready, great. But 9 times out of 10, they're probably not ready for the appointment right then, and neither are you. Remember, we talked about the buyer consultation last week? You want to have an effective buyer consultation. And so if they're trying to have that buyer consultation with you right now, while you're just setting appointments, you have a script for that to say, hey, it probably will be best. I know it will be best for us to get on my calendar so I can give you your undivided attention and prepare for your call to make sure that we have the most effective consultation. I was just calling you to follow up to make sure that we can get it on the calendar. Don't you, that feels better, right? Because you're not going to be prepared effectively, like we talked about last week, as you're calling your prospects. You're calling to set the appointment. For those that have already registered, attended, did not attend for whatever reason, call to move them to the next step, right? And we're going to set a deadline for completion and give them a heads up that you'll be following up. Yes, you're going to follow up. So what if you grab them and you get them on the phone, they say, oh my gosh, Darren, yes, I attended the workshop. It was great. I definitely want to schedule a consultation with you. I don't have my calendar with me, or I'm on a call right now. Can I get right back to you with my calendar? You'll say, great. What time do you think you'll be available? They say 5 o'clock. You say, cool. I'll look for your call at 5 o'clock. I'll follow up with you in case I don't hear from you. Okay. Of course, they'll say, okay. Always confirm next steps with a deadline for completion of that task. Give them a heads up that you'll be following up. Okay. After each conversation, because again, we're focusing on buyer leads right now, ask them to share your invite to the next workshop. People know people. This is how we're now broadening our reach, stretching our net. Thank you so much. It was great talking to you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. It will be great for you to share this information with someone else who you think could benefit from it. Share your graphic. Just text it to them. Their graphic is not just for posting on social media. Text it out. Okay. Lastly, after each conversation, have a leave behind. Have a leave behind. Again, since we just wrapped up our home buyers workshop, what is the next thing we need every buyer to do? If they're not already, be pre-approved, right? We need them to be pre-approved because you guys are not getting in the car with them, barely going to open up your MLS until you know that they're ready to go out and purchase, right? So have a leave behind. This is the theme for today, since we just finished our workshop. But whatever, if the leave behind might be, have your people join me next week. The leave behind might be a new loan program. The leave behind might be a new listing that you have. But leave something with them for them to have in their phone, and let it be a text. That would be great, right? Text it to them. A leave behind. If you've been in sales before, you've heard of leave behind before. When marketers come by you guys' real estate offices, what do? They leave pins. They leave things behind, right? They leave cookies. They leave notepads. They leave things behind. So what are you leaving behind when you speak to someone about your workshop, a new listing, whatever is the goal of your conversation? Again, today's goal is follow up with the people that you have invited to the workshop, those that attended, those who may not have been able to attend, and those who you would like to invite. All right. So guys, check your assets. Those of you that have already registered, you have this leave behind in your asset folders. They are in there right now. For those of you that have already registered, those of you that are already co-hosts, check your asset folders. They are in there for you to follow up, start dialing, start following up with people, making sure that they have scheduled their pre-approval consultation, their buyer consultation. Those were 2 of the 3 things we instructed them on Saturday. So check your assets. For those of you who are not already a co-host, who are not already registered as a co-host, again, the information to sign up for Francine, are you already? No, you don't need to re-register. Absolutely not. Good question, Vanya. Francine, are you already registered as a co-host? I'm sorry, we have so many people on the list. You are? Check your folder. Great. Check your folder. Check your asset folder. You should have this asset in there. Okay. For those of you who've, I don't think so. I don't think so, Broker Hayes. If you haven't seen this stuff before, then you're not. Ayana, please check to see if Broker Hayes is registered as a co-host. And if not, let me know so that we can send her the link to sign up. Okay. So again, for those of you who have not signed up, QR code is there. You can also go to the website, expertsuniversity.com, scroll down to the bottom. Feel free to share this with other realtors that are in your community, that are in your brokerage. Again, no realtor left behind. This virtual system, guys, and this is the last point I'm going to make. I've been doing home buyer workshops. See, COVID destroyed some things, and COVID left some beautiful things behind. And it allowed us to do some things that in a way that we weren't doing it before. I can confidently tell you that on whole, if you do it right, the virtual home buyer workshops are more effective than in person for a number of reasons. The prep time, execution, and you can spend the majority of your time in one-on-one follow-up versus spending your time, especially when you co-host with us, because you don't have to do any of the tech. You don't have to do the presentation. The marketing material is given to you. You got an email, wherever the same email, the same link that you have from your other assets, the link, it's in there. So guys, just maybe save it in your favorites, that asset folder. Every set of updated marketing materials is going to be saved there. So check that folder. And if you don't see it there, then shoot us an email, RW, just reach out. Here's the strategy. When we talk about scale, here's why this works. The virtual workshops, you can scale. If you get 3 people or 3,000 people, you're not changing your setup. You might pay for a little bit more bandwidth in your room, in your Zoom, but guess what? You don't have to run and get a new venue. Like, oh my God. I tell you these things and I get like bubbled up inside because I've had to do that before. Again, you don't have to do the presentation. You don't have to do all the marketing. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything but get your people on the call. So again, 3 steps to purchase a new home in 2023, Saturday, March 18th. Be there or be square. All right. All right, guys. So in closing, as we wrap up this discussion on dialing your customers, in closing, I leave you with this quote from Mary Kay Ash. It says, pretend that every single person you meet has a sign around his or her neck that says, make me feel important. Not only will you succeed in sales, you will succeed in life. Pretend that every single person you meet has a sign around his or her neck that says, make me feel important. Make me feel like I'm your only customer. Clearly they're not. Hopefully they don't expect to be. But not only will you succeed in sales, you will succeed in life. Guys, when you call in this email world, in this even text message, when you call, people feel important. Like, oh my God, he called me. You're not a part of the group? Yeah, re-register. Ayana, make note of Michelle's name. Nobody was excluded, so I'm not sure what happened there. When you call, people feel very important. They feel important. You feel important. And again, the people that you're calling today These people know you. These are not cold calls. We are with our marketing guys, we are trying to do away with the need to cold call. That's the point of marketing. So that when you call, you're saying, I'm following up on, oh, I saw you attended. Thanks so much for attending. I'm following up to make sure you've taken the next step, right? Doesn't that feel better than hi, right? So feel good that when you reach out to your contacts, that you're making them feel important, right? That you're making them feel important. And when you reach out to them with the call, not only will you succeed in sales, for sure, you will succeed in life. You are funding a lifestyle that'll definitely that you'll enjoy. Okay. So hope that you guys found value in that. Hope that you are now motivated to continue to market, right? To get contacts that you'll then turn around and call them. Call them, guys. Market more, call more. The market has shifted. The market has shifted. I need you guys to call more. I need you to post more on social media, email all your marketing things, but I need you to prospect more as well. Okay. I need you to make sure you get some one-on-one contact. Okay. We'll give you the access to market, but please make sure you do step 2, which is one-on-one contact. All right. We're just about 15, 16 minutes over. Thank you guys so much. Good to see everyone, all the great questions and commentary. If you have any questions, if you have not seen your assets, again, feel free to reach out, shoot us an email at community@gotoexperts.com, community@gotoexperts.com. You're welcome, Jay. Good to see you as always. And we'll see you next Thursday. All right. Bye.